Right, mate. Yeah, so let's have a look here. Polyx, welcome back to the group, by the way. I already made you a video and for some reason it didn't save, so we'll just have to go through it again. Let me delete that. Now, first off, I just want to start with this. This is a very bad rejection here. It does not mean that it is completely topped out, but it's dangerous and it's a warning, okay? It topped out above the large volume. We had the large volume here and it topped out above that and got the sell-off. So if we do look at a 2-week chart, it's probably a new 2-week chart before anything major happens on this now because of the bad rejection on the weekly. So what I would be looking for would be, you know, to take liquidity back up there or even more. Sometimes it runs even more, of course, but I don't think it's going to happen now until a new 2-week. I would be watching for something like this on a new 2-week where it comes lower and then gets a recovery and bounces back up. Now there's a few reasons for that as well. If we go back into a 3-day chart, you can see that this is a terrible bearish 3-day engulfing candle. This implies that the bottom is not in yet and it's probably going to go lower. So it implies that, you know, bounces are shorts up here in theory to eventually see new lows below this low here. So it is saying that price should go lower than this. So I would be watching for well, a flush or whatever, or lower on a new 2-week. Now what I did say in the last video was it is important in these strong moves up to look for large red capitulation daily candles. Okay, the problem here is we've already got it, right? You can see here now this is a large volume. It's a capitulation. It's larger than any other volume here. Now this is interesting. I'll get to that in a minute. But these are buy signals in strong markets, right? These are great buying signals in strong markets if you get a red capitulation. Now let me go over the warning sign, the caveat. In uptrends, if you get say you get a big candle and it reverses and there's a large red candle here, right? This can also be, if you break below this volume here, right? If you break below that, that's a sell sign, right? That's a sell sign. Price is going to crash or drop hard, most likely. But if you get it in this situation where price is unable to break below the previous low, right? The previous volume, this large red volume low, yes, you can come slightly below it, but you want to see that level holding. And if price gets back above there, it's usually a great longing opportunity to go higher. Now you can see here there's 100% bounce off that level, 120% bounce off that level. So what I do suggest is also watching the volume alerts, even on 10-minute charts. For example, let's look at a 10-minute chart here. Now I have not looked at this. Let's see if there was any examples in the uptrend. Not really any great examples in that uptrend. There was one here. You can see right there, there is a big large red volume, but you can see it just pierced in down below double bottom and the price went higher on that. But that was kind of a sign that it couldn't break below the red volume and it went higher. Now here's another one right here. Obviously this was kind of at the top and it did crash, but below here, once you recapture the large red volume area, that price mooned. Okay, so that's important also. So not great examples there, to be honest. This was a bit of a flush here. This was great. You know, this was great. You see these red volumes and they are capitulation here, and you can see from here, from that level, the price was never broken, right? This was capitulation right here, and price went higher the whole way up from this large selling volume, so red selling volume. Okay, so it's important to look at that, and that is in the uptrend. That is something to look out for when you see a coin strong and you see these volumes. Okay, it's important to look at, and even these volumes you can use these to your advantage. Now I just flipped to the next coin, Sushi, that because I knew it was strong yesterday. I knew it done 20%. I wanted to see if there was any red volumes. You can see this red volume right here. Look at this red volume. The move is strong. This is a capitulation. What happens here on this? You pierce below it and then price continues on to the upside, right? That's very powerful. Look at that. That's a 10% bounce off that. Okay, so it is extremely powerful. I can check some of the other coins that ran yesterday. Not saying that they're all going to get, well, there's a large red volume there, but not really, none. Yeah, pardon me, nothing on that. SLP, nothing really on that. But I mean, there was one here, but not great, because it's, you know, SLP is not a real up move. It's just a mad pump. Okay, but you can see there was one here. You bought below this and you did get a bounce. Now the strategy does work better when there is more liquidity in the market, right? On a larger coin, maybe like in these shit coins, sometimes you don't get good accurate volume. They're all pump and dumps and all the rest. There was one here, as you can see, on what is that, MTL, and you can see then it continued on to the upside. Sol, let's check Sol. Sol is well, there's someone's Sol. You can see there was it pierced below this volume, just pierced below it exactly. Look at this, and so that red volume right there pierced below the volume right here, this large volume, and then from there on we went up, and price actually moved hard. So there's an example, kind of not the best example, because the market wasn't that strong in that moment. I am actually in this moment looking for trends higher that get a bit of a flush, and there's a large red volume, and then it continues. Anyway, so that's just some food for thought. Because of the bearish 3-day engulfing, because of the bad weekly rejection, I think it's best to wait and maybe trade a new 2-week candle. You no need to FOMO into this because it's risky. There is the possibility that this gets continuation, and dips here could be buying opportunities for that move higher. There's a lot of liquidity in this wick, and in this market recently, these type of coins have been pumping pretty hard.